Greetings from Sydney, Australia. This is Dave Ebert from Wisconsin, and I'm fortunate to be able to attend the ICME conference here in Sydney. I have had three big takeaways from the conference. First of all the learning I've done. I've attended sessions on building classroom community, growing students' relationships with math, incorporating math history, and how innovative teaching practices improve students' well-being. Second big takeaway is all the connecting I've been able to do. Very first session I attended, I sat next to a teacher from Indonesia. Since then, I've met teachers from Rwanda, China, Tunisia, and of course, Australia. And I've learned that we have more commonalities than differences across the globe. Third big takeaway is reflecting. I've been able to reflect on my practice, and being part of an enthusiastic community of learners inspires me to implement positive changes in my classroom to improve the learning of all my students.
Hi, my name is Greta Anderson, and I'm going to share some of my learnings specifically from my topic study group on math education for students with special learning needs. And this is my topic study group because this is a need I hear directly from the school communities that I work with. They want more support and they want to better be able to access the research. So there have been two general categories where I would bucket the research. One is general strategies that are research-based and impactful across large populations. So that comes through two different sessions that I'm thinking of in particular here that have introduced research-based strategies from different countries that have had a large effect size. The other is very nuanced sessions like leveraging audio functions and sonification to describe functions for visually impaired students. I had that one today. Or supporting students with finger gnosis or mentally being able to use your fingers to imagine numbers for students with hand abnormalities. So I'm very excited to bring this back to the schools that I work with.
Hello, I'm Kathryn Kozak, and I want to talk to you about my experiences at ICME 15 in Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia has been an incredible experience, and ICME 15 has just been an eye-opener. It's been wonderful to talk to people from all different countries around the world, see what their perspectives are, and learn that our issues we have in the United States are very similar issues to people having in other countries, such as people can't interpret graphs, and we still have that same problem in many countries around the world. People don't like math and are proud of the fact they don't like it. Those issues are the same, and teacher preparation is a very large issue. There are many differences we also have, but having these same issues and same problems has us one common place to where we can solve these together. This has been a very valuable experience for me. Hello, I'm Kathryn Kozak, and I want to talk to you about my experiences at ICME 15 in Sydney, Australia. I am part of a discussion group that has been on non-university tertiary math education and how to democratize education for these people. I have been part of this discussion group, and we have met with people and talked about the different countries and what kind of non-university tertiary education they have in those countries, and then talking about how do we actually do the research there and why it's important to do research at these kind of institutions. This has been a very important experience for me, and I hope that we can get more information from this in the future. Having non-university tertiary math education research is very important, because what happens at universities does not necessarily happen at our institutions, and what happens at K-12 does not happen at our institutions. And we need to find a way to get this discussion happening.
Hi, I'm Lisa Conzemius from Minnesota, and I'm here at ICME 15 in Sydney, Australia, and I just wanted to share with you two of the cool things that are part of being involved with an ICME. I've gained lots of resources, and I've gained lots of personal connections. I've heard about resources from ICME A More, which I don't even know what it stands for, but it's about the research winners from ICME who have units they've created. And I went to that session and got to see how they created them, and I now have a resource where I can gain really good information about research that's been done by people from many countries. I went to a session from CambridgeMaths.org. It was people who've been working on professional learning ideas, and they have them in several areas ideas. They're called instant and espresso and percolations. So there's different levels of professional learning connections that you can do research on and learn about. And then there's even a site called inquirymass.org that I'd never heard of, which had some really cool ideas. And it was presented by a woman from Shanghai. So I was really appreciative of that information. Beyond these general resources, I've made personal connections with a master teacher from Singapore. I met a researcher from Malaysia, and both of them, we've exchanged emails, and we're going to maybe do a Google Meet to talk about ideas for teaching and learning. And then I have a researcher from New Zealand who's been part of my study group, and she and I have become very good friends, and I know I'll be able to keep in touch with her and continue to learn from her research that she does in the world. So all of these researchers and personal connections and the resources I've gained have all been something that's going to impact me, but it'll help impact others who I have connections with when I present at other conferences back in the States, or just in general work with in-service teachers. So I really appreciate the chance to be here at ICME 15, and if you get a chance to come to an ICME, it's awesome. Hi, I'm Lisa Conzemius from Minnesota, and I've been given the chance to come to ICME 15 in Australia this year. And I want to tell you about one of my best sessions I've been to so far. It was by Chris Niven, and he's an Australian researcher who works at the YXL Institute. And he talked about engagement activities, brain break ideas, and just teaching strategies in general. And it was exhilarating to hear a mathematician who does research to solidify lots of ideas that I knew, but it gave me some basis that I could compare with and think about and really realize that I am doing great things with kids. ICME's given me this opportunity to be in a space where there's researchers about math education, mathematicians, and classroom teachers. And I don't think any other conference I've ever been to has given me such a space before. I truly appreciate all the things that are going on. I'm so excited to be part of this experience, and I think it's a chance of a lifetime for me. So come to ICME if you get a chance. ICME 15 in Australia has been awesome. Hi, I'm Lisa Conzemius, and I'm from Minnesota, and I was part of an NSF grant to get here to ICME 15 in Sydney, Australia. And one of the things I wanted to talk about that was really impactful on me was my topic study group. We had an A and a B group, and my A group was about students' identity, motivation, and attitudes towards math and its study. To me, we talked about what's being done in educational research in terms of kids' identities in mathematics. It was an opportunity for me to read papers and to discuss actual research with researchers in the room. We talked about the gamut of ideas over our several days together. We talked about math anxiety, math identity, a sense of belonging, microaggressions, and how that affects student identities and sense of belonging in a classroom. We talked about growth mindset, mindfulness techniques, students' resiliency, student engagement, student motivation, and even concrete manipulatives that help students understand and have a sense of the mathematics better. I really feel that this was the biggest connection to research that I've ever been part of, and that I hope some of these connections are things I can bring back to my Minnesota State Math Conference that I help work with, and help other people who are actual practicing teachers get a chance to think about and know that there are real researchers going on there, and they can help us understand mathematics better. Hi, my name is Lisa Conzemius, and I'm from Minnesota, and I've been part of the ICME 15 here in Sydney, Australia. And interesting part of this conference for me was we had a conference within the conference. So I spent about a day and a half for part of this conference working with Australian and US teachers, math educators, mathematicians, in a separate part of the conference. We were sharing ideas, we were learning how each other's systems work, and making lots and lots of connections. One of the important things that I did as I was part of that group is I have a subset of real secondary mathematics teachers from Australia, from all over Australia actually, and then I have from the United States, I have a mathematics teacher from Virginia and another guy from Hawaii, and then myself from Minnesota. And we plan to actually continue to meet through some Google Meets and discuss and share more strategies and ideas from each other, because we think together we can do math education better. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Shonda Smith, and I'm from Texas Women's University. I'm here at ICME 15 in Sydney, Australia, and I just wanted to share what I learned. As far as teaching, I've started exploring the ideas and collaborating with others regarding how to make my videos for online classes a little bit more interactive, how to keep the students engaged in those videos and making sure that they're watching them and retaining the material presented there. And as far as research, most of my research is regarding pre-service teachers and their ideas of productive struggle. And through a couple of the sessions, through the discussion of scripting and giving the students opportunities to script a student-teacher interaction, I'm going to incorporate that into my current research. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Laura Wagenman, and I am from Minnesota. I am here in Sydney at ICME 15. I wanted to share about a great session I attended, Culturally Responsive Teaching and Instruction in Elementary Mathematics. We had the pleasure of listening to people from New Zealand, Australia, and the United States talking about using students' cultural context to find math, and through pictures and different ways of modeling, it's really exciting to see how students become great communicators, problem solvers, justification of thinking, and most of all, empathy for each other. And so just wanted to share a great way that I learned about math today. Hi, I'm Laura Wagenman from Minnesota, coming to you live from Sydney. We are here at ICME 15, and I wanted to share a session that was really impactful for me. There was a plenary panel in which we talked about what counts as evidence, and while the entire thing was really good, Adrienne Simpson talked a lot about evidence for and evidence of. And so one of the things that I'm taking away from this as someone in elementary who needs to do more looking into research and have a critical eye is thinking about, are we using evidence of? Have we done something? There's this miracle in the middle, and then we say why. It happens at the end because of that. And to think about the critical questions we should be asking when we're looking into research. Who is this impacting? And how do we know that it will be transferable to another situation? Because we know that teaching is very complex. And so this has given me a great lens in which to support teachers when I get back to the States and thinking about research practices.
There are a few things that I want to highlight from ICME 15. Talks and discussions at the topic study group, Popularization of Math, discussion group on gender and math education, and various workshops that I attended on origami. All of these are topics that are really aligned well with what I do and I'm passionate about. It was great to exchange ideas with colleagues with similar interests. And of course, I loved making friends and get together with all participants in the US ICME group. Thanks, everyone.
My name is Hiroko Warshauer from Texas State University. I'm here in Sydney, Australia for the 15th ICME conference, and I've had an opportunity to work with colleagues, be with other mathematics educators from around the globe to learn and to expand my thinking about areas of my interest. And it's been a great learning experience all around, but an amazing city to be in. So thanks very much to the funders, and hello from Sydney.
I had the opportunity to listen to one Keiko Yasukawa from the University of Technology, Sydney. And in a presentation, she made mention of the WPR model, what's the problem represented to be. I reached out to her for some more information, and then she directed me to the works of one Carol Bacchi, B-A-C-C-H-I, who is actually the creator of this model. To the best of my understanding, it is a framework for critical systematic public analysis. One of the reasons why I'm interested in it is I'm on a journey to take a closer look at the Michigan Reconnect Act. Provisions within the Act has caused a seismic shift in post-secondary mathematics education in the state, particularly developmental mathematics education reform. And for a while now, I've been kind of struggling trying to find something that can help me make sense of the policy and its implications. So being at ICME 15, it's been a blast. I've learned a whole lot, but on the top list of things that I've learned is this WPR framework, and I'm hoping to study it some more, and then most likely make use of it in my own work, which is at the community college sector. So thank you for the opportunity to be here. All those that made it possible, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm Yuan. Hello from Sydney. I'm grateful to receive the NSF travel grant to attend ICME. Attending a 7-day international conference is a wonderful experience that I have never had before. It's exciting, overwhelming, and exhausting as well. I have learned so much from math educators and researchers around the world. It's also a great opportunity for me to share my teaching and research experience with my counterparts from different countries. Two of the many things I have learned are how to use technology to improve teaching and learning of calculus, and how to assess our students' learning in the age of AI. I will bring these insights and suggestions back to my teaching practice and incorporate them into my research on mathematics education at community colleges. Thank you.